Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. The 53-man roster is set. We'll get into the cuts and into the depth charts in just a second, but they have trimmed down all the way to 53 players. A couple things could change over the next 24 to 48 hours, depending on what players across the National Football League get cut, of course. But as of now, the Chiefs do have their 53-man roster set. Practice squads, remember 16 players this year, will start be finalized on Sunday and Monday. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We will have information on that as it comes through. But let's start with the quarterback position. Only keeping two, Patrick Mahomes, Chad Henne. A bit of a surprise as the Kansas City Chiefs have opted to cut not only Jordan Ta'amu, but also Matt Moore as well. Apparently, Matt Moore is going to return to the practice squad, assuming another team does not pick him up. But the first surprise there, as the Kansas City Chiefs are only carrying a couple of quarterbacks here in Patrick Mahomes and Chad Henne. We knew Henne was the backup, but I thought there was going to be a good chance that they would carry Matt Moore as well. They opt to not. They're only going to carry the two quarterbacks in Mahomes and Henne. Before we get to our running back position, make sure you are subscribed to the fastest growing Chiefs channel on YouTube. We have breaking news. We have the latest rumors surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs. And for those of you guys who don't know the drill, maybe you're watching for the first time, we do weekly mailbags. So always ask your questions using hashtag Chiefs down in the comments section. We will answer as many of them as we can. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed. It's youtube.com/Chiefs TV. We are approaching 7,000 subscribers very quickly. So let's get to the running back position here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Darrel Williams, as Damian Williams, of course, opted out. Darwin, Thompson, and then Anthony Sherman makes the team as a fullback. Who's being omitted, of course? Elijah McGuire, but also DeAndre Washington has not made this football team, as he is one of the surprise cuts, if you will, right? Like, I thought he had a good chance of making this football team. They decide to part ways with Washington. Honestly, it would not shock me if Kansas City or if the Raiders bring in their former running back in DeAndre Washington and bring him back. We'll see if that happens. I want to ask you guys this question. Was cutting Washington the right decision? Type Y for yes, type N for no. But the Chiefs are going to opt with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Darrel Williams, and Darwin Thompson, with, of course, the Shermanator, Anthony Sherman, as their running back depth chart. Three backs and a fullback. That is the direction the Chiefs decide to go in. So no DeAndre Washington on the final depth chart for the Kansas City Chiefs. Another bit of a surprise. How about the tight end position? They're going to carry four. I'm a bit surprised by this, as not only does Nick Keiser make the team, but so does Deon Yelder, who did not practice hardly at all during training camp. He's been banged up. Of course, Travis Kelce, Ricky Seals-Jones make the team as well. Nick Keiser, you could argue, is actually tight end too. He has had that good of a training camp, but they're going to keep four for now. We'll see if that ends up being the case moving forward. Like I said, lots of things can change over the next 48 hours or so. So you want to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of that. But they're going to keep four tight ends: Travis Kelce, Ricky Seals-Jones, Nick Keiser, and yes, Deon Yelder does make the 53-man roster for the Kansas City Chiefs. Before we get to the offensive linemen, we got face masks available at chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. You want to take advantage of these deals because a lot of these are on sale now. The solo ones are not on sale, but you can get them at a good price. But a lot of the 3-packs are available for just $17.99, marked down from $24.99. I know this USA pack is on sale as well. We got single packs all the way up to 4-packs, and yes, you can get these player ones as well. Represent Patrick Mahomes. Represent the Kansas City Chiefs. Stay safe as we get closer and closer to week one. Guys, we're just like 4 days away, 5 days away. I, for one, can wait. Let's not jeopardize anything. Make sure you're wearing a mask. Chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. Put that link in the comments and in the description. All right, offensive linemen here. Definitely some surprises, right? Greg Sinnott cut. Yasir Durant makes the roster. Darrel Williams was also cut. Lots of guys were really Ryan Hunter, Jackson Barton. They don't make the team. I'm surprised. Yasir Durant might be the biggest surprise out of all of the surprises on this Chiefs roster that he actually made it. I did not hear much chatter around him whatsoever, so that definitely caught me a little bit off guard. I'm guessing it caught some of you guys off guard as well. So the Chiefs carry 9. Side note here, Martinez Rankin starts on the PUP list. He does not count against the final 53-man roster, so they're going to carry 9 with your starting 5, Mike Rimmers, Nick Algretti, Daniel Kilgore, and Yasir Durant sneaks in there with Martinez Rankin on the PUP list. We'll see if someone gets cut when he is eligible to return in Week 7. So let's take a look at the cuts in list form on the offense here. Jordan Ta'amu, Matt Moore, which was a bit of a surprise. DeAndre Washington, Elijah McGuire. Gehrig Dieter, unfortunately, did not make the cut. Shout out to me for getting it right for the wide receiver position, that they're going to carry 6 wide receivers with Marcus Kemp making this football team. We'll go to the receivers in just a little bit. We accidentally passed over them, but I want to show you more of these cuts here. Fortson, Justin Shelton Mosley, Khalija Lipscomb, Maurice French, and Daniel Helm before Darrel Williams, Greg Sinat, Jackson Barton, and Ryan Hunter also getting cut as well. So let's take a look at the wide receivers here real quickly as we go through the offense here. 6 receivers. I nailed this one. Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, McCole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson, Byron Pringle, and yes, Marcus Kemp does make this final 53-man roster. You could argue it's a bit of a surprise. I thought he had a really good camp once they brought him back on board, so good for him for making this football team. What is your one-word reaction to Marcus Kemp making this team? Let me know what your one-word reaction for Kemp making this roster is. Go ahead and let me know. And I went through all the cuts, so let me know, who's a surprise cut for the offense? Biggest surprise. Is it DeAndre Washington? Is it one of the offensive linemen? Who were you surprised that the Chiefs decided to let go of? Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. Here in just a moment, we will get to the defensive side of the football, but give me your biggest surprise cut for the offense for the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's go to the defense here. Let's start with the defensive line. Pretty heavy here, but yes, again, more surprises. They carry quite a few, right? 10 in total. So you got your starting 4 there. Clark, Jones, Nadi, Okafor. Taco Charlton makes it. Michael Dana makes it. Kalen Saunders, Tershawn Wharton, who we've talked about a little bit. He's kind of a surprise guy to make the roster. Really good camp. Passing, Damone Harris makes the roster over Breeland Speaks, who might be the biggest surprise cut on the defensive side of the ball. Mike Pinnell, you see there, he is suspended. That's why he's got the 2 asterisks next to his name, of course. So he doesn't count against the final 53 as of now, but just keep in mind that he will get called up for Week 3 once he is eligible to return. But Breeland Speaks, he doesn't make it, doesn't make the cut. This is a whiff by Brett Veach. Not all general managers are perfect. Second-round pick a couple of years ago, just could never quite figure things out. So he does not make the cut for the Kansas City Chiefs. Unfortunate for him, but I think the Chiefs are going to be just fine moving forward. At linebacker, I also got this one right. Anthony Hitchens, Damian Wilson, and Willie Gay Jr. Ben Neiman and Dorian O'Daniel also make the cut as well. 5 linebackers, pretty simple, all things considered there. So those are your 5 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Cornerback, 5 here as well. Charvarius Ward, L'Jarius Sneed, Rashad Fenton, Antonio Hamilton, and Bo Pete Keys. And then Bashad Breeland, he is suspended for the first 4 games of the season. So they're only going to have 5 on the active roster for now. He does not count against the final 53. So keep that in mind as we press forward here on this video. He does not count against the 53-man roster at the end of the day. So who will – I want to ask you guys this question because they're pretty thin at corner. They haven't added a vet. I'm a little bit surprised for now. I got L'Jarius Sneed in there. But who will start at CB2 in Week 1? What do you guys think? Who's going to be the starting corner opposite of Charvarius Ward for the first week of the season? Let me know down in the comment section. As of now, I think it's L'Jarius Sneed, but in the end, I really don't know. I feel proud about how I did in the secondary. I nailed this as well. 5 safeties, Tyrann Mathieu, Juan Thornhill, Tedrick Thompson does make it. Dirty Dan Sorensen, and Armani Watts. Those are your 5 safeties. Juan Thornhill is injured, so I'm guessing he's not going to be ready for week 1, but he is not on the PUP list, so he does count against the 53-man roster, but nothing huge surprising here. Maybe Thompson making it is a slight surprise, but I, for one, am not super surprised at that one at the end of the day. So who is the biggest surprise cut for the defense? Let me know. It's got to be Breeland Speaks, right? Like, maybe it's not insanely surprising, but more disappointing that he was not able to figure things out here in Kansas City, because they had high hopes for him when they drafted him a couple of years ago. But let me know who the biggest surprise cut for the defense is in the comments section. And then to wrap up, special teams, Harrison Butker, Tommy Townsend, James Winchester. No real surprise here. So there you go. It's your 53-man roster for the Kansas City Chiefs. You see that link below. Make sure you are subscribed. Be on the lookout for a potential practice squad video probably on Monday, maybe Tuesday. We will, once that gets finalized, we will try and get that out for you guys. So subscribe. I'm Harrison Graham. We will talk to you guys very, very soon. Appreciate it, and go Chiefs.